in the armor, and particularly Upset on the Calista has been a wrecking ball. This is danger for GX. Upset Mickey, they could just crash through the spot half the map.
They really could, and I want to call out the desk as well because they said some good things.
Once again, having to readjust. Now they've buffed up their coaching team to help them with that. The Duffman effect we talked about once or twice, as the crowd is happy we're into it as well.
Bit of an engage down bot side though, as in they go. Noah now in danger, trying to back away. Making sure they're safe in the cover. Top side, looking for the 1v1. Lord gets it! Transfusion! And Oscarinin is exsanguinated.
The Gwen bled out by the Vladimir for the first blood of the game as bot lane survives. We were saying, hey, Noah Jun doing a good job of not giving up too much in that bot side. They do, of course, have to... Hang on a second. Jun tried to stop a recall. Might get caught now.
He's in danger. Flashes for a head, but knocks him onto turret. Mickey's in danger. Stunned up, and he's dead as well. The bailout. It's just too late. No money in the world will save Renata.
Supports go down. However, Upset gets the kill, so it does end up...
Razor looking for a potential dive angle here. Noah, to get a little chunked out, needs to be wary of the potential dive. Skarner with the boulder in claw. So he hand, of course, as the insect creature. Now looking to potentially dive one in. Last embrace is good. Noah, though, eats loads of damage. The piercing darkness is solid, but a handshake comes on through. And it is very firm indeed. Upset putting a lot of spears into Jun, who will get rendered. Isma, and I'm not sure he wants to be there, and will swiftly decide that Grand Starfall can maybe go back up to the heavens.
Okay, this is a problem now. For a while, it looked like the bot lane was scuffed. Trying to wave clear a little bit with the needlework. Lot flashing just to deny some damage. The problem is, if he's around this HP, Oscar doesn't have the kill threat, and Locke can still keep healing off the wave and keep whittling him down. Humanoid might go for a plant in mid lane, try and force the ult out of Jackie's.
Does get that Weaver's Wall across, and Jackie's will be forced to ult. Lot was burned that Sanguine Pool for a second. Isma is here, but it's just a double impale! And Oscarinin picks up the Vladimir. Needs to back away here, but Isma looking for a Q, flashes on forwards, and tries to get the shield fault that just doesn't end up being enough. Another kill over to Fnatic.
Oh, what looked so good for Lot in the early...
Over the vision, as we've already seen. Mickey lost his flash for it even. That's commitment to the cause. All the while though, Dragon still up. Oscar snaps on forward, throws down some needles, and looking to jump onto Lot, who's eating a lot of that damage. Hematblade now comes back on through, but there's a Grand Starfall! Comes out of the pool a little early, and it ends up being a 1-for-1.
The fact that's a 1-for-1 where you buy the ultimate from Isma is still a win though. Razok on the other side can still cross map, knowing that Isma can't get there.
Be a big deal indeed. The Impale does go very wide though, nothing on those barbecue skills. In comes the Dawning Shadow though, and Jackie's looking to outplay. Mickey will go into the bailout, but I don't know how much time it's really going to buy. Gets the charm after onto Upset. Mickey dead, and Upset down his flash and his cleanse.
So both sides of the cross map don't really work out in the way that the teams initiating them would have wanted, which they initiated, despite the fact that they had that Calista ultimate, trying to buy time for the bailout by using it. Not able to get that much. Humanoid might have overstayed here.
Isma now looking to find this Talia. You can surf all you want on all those rocks, but it's going to get a little dicey. Jumps across the unraveled earth though, and Razor being around makes this a much more interesting affair. Driven into the wall, and Humanoid was never as alone as he appeared.
Isma has just been able to, as we see in the bottom part of the screen, get turret plates from those 3 grubs like that.
A lot of value there. Lot will burn the Hemoplague top side. They're looking at Oscarinin. Has got some support around him as Isma also around, looking to shield vault in. Goes popped, in comes the shield vault, a flash! And a death onto the Gwen with a little assistance from that Dawning Shadow.
For those of you who tuned into the interview before the game came through, both mid laners have found a bit of an identity playing towards this. He charms him up on the wall.
Drag straight back out, wipe out. And Talia can surf all she wants. Unfortunately, she's tumbling off that board.
We literally had an interview before the game where Human was like, oh, I built my identity.
Congo's looking to get towards Soul would be pretty valuable. Jackie's, though, still doesn't have the ult and has stayed a long, long time in this bot side, especially with Dragon coming on up. Razor just walking and autoing. Throws down the smite, trying to force at least something here. Gets a charm, but Upset coming alongside Mickey X. This box is going nowhere but an early grave.
GX overstaying that bot side, and now both Jackies have Humanoid. Anyway, Jackies get some gold, Fnatic get the Atacama.
Enough with that. I think GX trying to get what they can off the map, because it has been a little bit rough for them over the last 10 minutes, so the mid game has gone their way, really. Still look to scale up well enough. Yeah, he's just not left them on the ground.
Yeah,
you know.
No, I say that he's done that there. Mickey might get jumped onto here. He's been a little bit careful.
Handshakes Jun though, to find an easy headbutt. Pulverize still goes forwards and will run away swiftly there. maybe going to be jumped on regardless, though. Can make his will unbreakable at some point and does so. Weaver's Wall now coming on in. Fnatic want this fight. Upset, bouncing onto Isma. Hostile takeover across everyone. But in they come as Lloyd, the backline on the Vladimir. Finds a few. Still, though, it's dangerous. Oscar in begins to hunt, makes it a double of his own. Continuing to snip people down to side. Into the Sanguine Pugo's lot. Noah continue to try and heal people up. They've gone so damn deep. Humanoid doing his best to throw down to Freddy Foley, but Oscar will surely fall as well. It's a bloodbath. And Vladimir wins those.
Both top laners dive into the backline. Fan favorite champion player because of that. Dragon spawning in under a minute would be sold for Fnatic. That is going to be definitely something that GX wants to deny. How do they approach this?
Both top laners just picked up third items. Jun already forced to look at it go in with the flash pulverized. Impale comes on down with the Dawning Shadows buying a lot of time. Hostile takeover though afterwards from Mickey X is exquisite. And Jun goes down. The last embrace lands with the handshake back on it. Isma puts him in a dangerous position, tries to shield bolt in. And Upset's having none of it. The redemption, not enough to keep Mickey alive, but he gets another in the backside. Upset continues to hop, skip, and jump. It's not quite the penta because Oscar gets one, but it's still a quadra kill for MVP bot laner.
Upset on the Callista is a... They teased it earlier. This time, they'll take it for free. They'll take the soul at the same time, and in one fell swoop, Fnatic claim 2 Uber buffs. Out with the Ocean Soul. It's too hard to cut through the first target in front of you. Maybe try and find someone isolated. Try and use the Hex Flash over the wall, maybe.
BP coming on in as well. Weaver's Wall there as well. Goes for the pulverize. It's only onto Razzle. The hostile takeover doesn't really land onto anyone, but it has kept people split off. Jackie did finally get caught by that one of his. Law is dead. The Vladimir is staked. Van Helsing becomes Upset. Very appropriate considering the stakes he keeps throwing out. They'll look to get a hold of this mid lane tier 1.
GX try and go for a last gasp, but this might just be the base falling. 1 lane down, 2 lane down, third one to fall after that point. This is going to be tutorial League of Legends. All of the inhibitors down on the same push.
And with a man down, and a very important one of that in the Vladimir, there is no creature of the night here to defend them. That final inhibitor down and tutorial completed. Next step, Nexus turrets.
GX have been on a bit of a hot streak, but Fnatic, they've got a point to prove coming into that lower bracket, and they have not taken prisoners this game.
They were looking to prove themselves still very deadly here in playoffs, and they have done just that in game 1. An upper bracket blip, and they come back with a vengeance. GX defeated in short order.
Fnatic are so good at playing Callista. Upset is a really good Callista player. As soon as he got ahead of that game, it felt like it was just very, very hard for GX to find the right moments to take fights, to stop this Callista from doing damage.
But that's enough from us for now. We're going to toss to a break, and when we come back, the desk will tell us exactly how Fnatic that way.
Into the Jin W. You just never get to move. Both of these teams need to plan their engages very, very carefully, because when the fight starts, you better have a way to finish that fight, because if you don't get winged, Doran's shield ticking, but, you know, Cho'Gath, auto attack reset, hits a Q, a decent spot. Here's where could tank the turret here, see how it goes.
Counter-strike comes on down, just wide. The Feral Screen comes out bot side, the dive comes on down. Noah is in danger, and unfortunately the arc does not allow them to go 2x2. It's just one man standing in the bot lane.
And the AD carry dies, which means that they lose. Hang on a second, fight in the picture in top lane this time. So switch over as the cross smack does come through. Kill on either side.
Cho'Gath at least takes Isma with him, but a lot does get to stay in the lane. Will be able to reset there himself and come back.
Oscar gets himself the kill. Sadly for Lot, he doesn't. Does of course stay alive, and he can farm the wave. On the other side, of course, Noah dies and he can't farm the wave. That's often one of the big things you look for in the dive. Who gets to stick around and pick up the XP? Important in the early game. Jun doesn't have vision inside that brush and will not be able to cancel the recall. So, activity in the early game, something that we didn't have as much of at this timestamp just before that point.
Have a look at this replay now as well. I suspect this will be the top lane dive that we saw kind of brewing for the bot lane.
HP, not easy to do that much, especially with the Nocturne not having level 6. Needs a little bit more for that. Dragon goes down. Oscar has Mickey supporting him.
A camp or so for that to happen. They see Mickey coming in, but now Jackie's in danger. Does have the flash nearly back, but not quite yet. Will self-shockwave though, and the Sombrero does a lot of work. Razzle flash for flash just up in time, and Jackie's gets away with it.
But now getting towards that point in the game with the one item mark, when you do have Isma and Jackie's, the level 6s being very important here, and you don't have flash for moments like this now.
And there's the paranoia afterwards as well. Jump on top of him, he's fleeing, the body slam comes on down, you can make the win becomes lightning. All you want, my friend. You're still going down into the dirt. Isma picks up the kill, nice weight around the rat. The astral flight was activated, but has to cancel and head back home. Not enough fuel in the tank. Oscar on the other side, throwing out some of those empowered autos, but in comes Isma with the paranoia. Flash away, breaks the tether, so no unspeakable horror required. Razzle waiting though, looking to give Isma a taste of his own medicine. Tries to audacious charge forward, Oscar in danger. Rupture into the 3 talents, trying to knock him, looking for the face, flashes out of range. And Isma survives, but for how long as Razzle will look to hunt him down, or audacious charge comes on down, trying to get some damage back. Can't quite get the fear, can't donate the kill either as yet. He's got a spell shield. He will eventually fall, but still a 1-for-1.
So both junglers getting involved in the bottom side of the map. Teleported up towards it, chooses not to. Lock gets himself individual advantage at the cost of the dragon.
Yeah, big swing in gold there for him. Razzle does land that Whimper Comes Lightning and allows the extended audacious charge, but Jackie just shockwaves him. And Razork's gone too deep.
Razork is really being punished as the person who's...
Win condition somewhat on the line. Just a bit of an interrupt there on Lot. We'll counter-strike here. Is anyone coming up to support this? Look at the mini-map. In comes Isma. Doesn't quite have the paranoia. Continuing to jump at Lot, who does avoid the rupture. TP behind. Looking to make the play on this. Lot getting slowed down. Not quite going to get out. They'll TP in.
Helpful. That front Shun, leaving a Q to keep some vision. Well, I think so, but Isma is off vision. See what they can do with it.
It's a grand stop. Well, Isma's now very much on vision. Has to flash away. In they go, though. Paranoia ain't gonna blow at least one person. Like explosive gas comes on down, fleeing for the moment, but he's still alive. Upset finally falls as Lot TP's in, but it's already a lot of damage that Fnatic have managed to find onto the backside of the skies. Descended, and GX were caught under the crashing stars. Lot goes down as well. Razork has got a 3 talent strike waiting. Jackie sidestepped well, but he's hit with the breath of the light. It's just the light at the end of the tunnel. And Fnatic are the train waiting to bring Jackies down. He buys a moment or two, but the clockwork ballerina dances no more.
GX pull the combo, but again, it doesn't involve the shockwave. You need to have the shockwave, I think, at this kind of time step.
We are about to log in. We've got ourselves a bit of action as we start. Isma pops the paranoia, the man we were just speaking about. Problem is he's going up against Oscar, who is a mighty beast on this Cho'Gath. Still has that feast to work with. Jun coming on over though, finds the body slam, and the piercing arrow will slay the mighty dragon of top lane.
Noah follows up with the arrow, takes his first kill.
Pretty good news for Fnatic in terms of their ability to make another fight happen. They've got the shove in mid lane, looking for this tier 1. They're not even necessarily obligated for the fight. TP behind though. GX wanting to find the play. He got the paranoia. Shockwave onto the backside. Flash away from Aurelion Sol, who does survive, has the astral flight available too. The cask doesn't really lead to all that much, and Lot is just left in the middle of nowhere. Tries to get the counter strike, but he's split apart. In go the skies, and they descend on a number of people. Lot is feasted, and it is the tastiest thing that Oscar has ever had. Try and get away now as the curtains were called. GX lose their top laner and find nothing with their attempted engage.
Humanoid is just way too tanky. The Catalyst, the Ryalize, the Leanne didn't really deliver on the promise that came through from Draft. They get towards that outer camp, both for the taking.
Start that one up as well. We said it would be something soul secured. Atakan now very much on the table. No ult quite up for Isma, but he's going to come over and try and contest anyway. Dustbringer was used for a bit of extra speed over. Oscar in and clearing out that bot side wave. 3,000 HP, and Isma, I don't think is going to be allowed anywhere near the Atakan. Paranoia gets in nearly there in time. They'll get a kill. What happens in the rest of this fight is Isma just goes in a 1-for-1. The rest of Fnatic continue hunting forward. Upset blows up the Gragas, overcomes the dragon. Will die to Noah, who gets to continue autoing. The problem is Razor gets to audacious charge, and Jackie's is broken apart again. Lot left splitting up as Noah will try to bring down Oscar and will do so. Not bad from the AD carry of GX, but it is small mercies. He's caught on a captive audience. And captive he is, as Upset looks to show him exactly how an AD carry does damage.
Fnatic and the Dragon, he's done a very good job of running down the back end of fights.
Congratulations to Humanoid there as well, 25.5 minutes in, getting Fnatic's first turret of the game.
Yay! Demolitionists they are. Razork jumping forwards, W clicks.
That'll be the cleanse force. The curtains are also called, and GX are going to be forced to take a bow. Singularity comes on down, and there's no escaping that event horizon. Mid lane turret goes down, and they've doubled their turret takes in a matter of moments.
Oh, there's been a drive-by in mid lane, and there's been 2 victims. GX Fnatic move from one side of the map to the other, looks to take the objective.
Onto the Baron they go. Oscar in there with the feast, and there is going to be no way they get to contest in the picture-in-picture. At the very least, Lot gets a tier 2. That will have to be the silver lining. It's not going to be meaning all that much. Oscar in and gets to feast for 1,300.
The follow down is absurd from the side of Fnatic. 2 quick kills. Tara, they're going again.
That they are. When a Fnatic ever not going at this point in the game. They'll try and turn it around. The knockwave combo comes in, but it does no damage. They lost the shield on Upset, and that is it. Isma gets to run away, and Razork's pretty deep, but a knock-up from the Rupture Donates another kill over to Humanoid, who picks in a double. Continue to hunt for more, knocked up into the air, and they'll give another to Oscar in. 3 men down, and GX with 2 surviving have to do something about defending the base, but I think Fnatic have at least an inhibitor in their eyes.
I'm not sure there's much they can do about that whole defending thing if they can't kill the champions. They can't kill the Baron buff on top of it. Humanoid jumps forward again.
The Breath of Light comes on down. An upset with the curtain call. Make sure Noah takes a more permanent bow. John, the support alone on the Gragas. He did it into Mickey X, and Mickey not pleased about it. Throws out a cast. Does get Oscar onto the fountain. But he gets feasted on the way down. Not bad for a death row meal. And Fnatic will make it 2-0 in the series. Dominating in the mid-game.
Fnatic move to match point. GX have been obliterated in this second game. Yes, a couple of kills come from the fountain.
But it doesn't look like it changes anything. Toying with their food, very apt with a Cho'Gath in the game. And they make sure they bring us to series point.
Fnatic moves to match points. GX, well fought in the early game, just could not get themselves that big combo later on.
No, they couldn't, and we started to see it, right? The shockwaves would come in, it wasn't quite coordinated with the team, and they weren't one-shotting the Jhin. They weren't one-shotting the Aurelion Sol, and at that point, you're into all the scaling, the Mountain Souls come on through. What do you do at that point as GX?
Not that much, really. I mean, we saw them, they tried to pull...
A lot of vision in the bot lane, so put all the eggs in the top lane basket.
Yeah, I like it. I think it has a much higher chance of winning than the other drafts. You can also buy a ton of MR because they ended up looking in the side.
Now, the fact that Jhin and Noah can hold this tri-brush does mean that Upset and Mickey find it hard to contest, though.
Move up secured there, now looking to turn this around. John in the middle of everyone there, throwing down a flame spitter or 2. Just trying to get some value back as Razork losing out to Isma on the other side, but Jun now split off a little bit from his team. Bit of an odd choice in pathing. Well, now need to back away, gets twisted, advanced onto Upset. Well, relentless pursuit forwards, flash over the wall keeps John alive, but that was a little bit messy in terms of the pathing. Overcome Jackie's though.
Doing okay, hang on a second, out of Fog of War here. Marco heading towards bot side.
Try and get involved here. Noah still got the Valkyrie and the flash.
Oh!
Razork a long, long way! And the kill's picked up by Noah, does eventually get traded. But over comes Isma, looking to get involved himself. Jun is no slouch in terms of the damage right now, but
Even opening towards Isma, potentially.
He's got level 6, the Glacial Prison available. Dragon was taken initially by GX. Upset though, trading forwards. Noah very low, Glacial Prison just wide. Upset glides out.
The fact that they get out of that play, out of those possible, is we're just hanging around mid lane. Again, the level 6 being hit from the Millia means that the options are limited now.
30 seconds on the next Dragon, fighting over that mid lane priority. GX really wants to head to the river first. Bot side though, Jackie's in danger. Out comes the ult from the Maokai. Bramble Smash comes on, Humanoid dropped into the turret, it's a 1-for-1.
1-for-1, Locke comes in a little too late to save his mid laner, but he might be able to avenge him. Razork hit by the Morning Mist.
And indeed, it might well be some last rites for the tree. Lumberjack down the dark possession comes on through. That means it's a traffic jam in the jungle. Loggers win the day. Yours is bot side turret, picks up another plate for himself. He's got a Trinity Force now.
There's no Milio here.
Looking for it. That means there's no one to keep Upset alive. Milio now coming on down, and the Glacial Prison going wide means that Isma, unfortunately for him, is about to get culled. Not quite dead. Oh my days, he's getting away. Where's he going to run to though? Mickey's hunting, and Oscar's there. He can throw out as many flails as he likes, beginning to charge away. Can he execute? Not quite. And Oscar Ridden has donated the kill.
Gives the kill over towards the Ornn instead of the Lucian. Jackie's on the other side of the map, using the 3 grubs to take some damage off of this tower. The plate's now full.
Throws out the Hex Tech Storm, and Humanoid flashes away, afraid of a potential combo with the Siphon Power. Jun zoning off absolute everyone, but there's a flash on forward. Equalizer comes on down. Jun in danger to make a blaze kick into the Nature's Grasp. And Humanoid slides on forwards, and with some Petricite bursts and a bit of king slaying, down goes the former bot lane.
Important that he doesn't die in situations like that, denying some of the gold which could be taken from Locke in such an important individual matchup. Herald on the top side of the map. Both top laners could teleport into it. If Oscar can teleport with him full HP, he will be much more useful in the 5v5.
That he will be. Has the Call of the Forge got to work with hijacked Sejuani ult. The Glacial Prison can be turned around. Lands it onto Sejuani. Isn't that ironic? Taste of her own medicine, and the bacon is cooked. Sent to the dark cells of but potentially Fnatic can stop the stacking of the dragons. Lot, Artifact found out, throws out some Morning Mist. Razork's also coming on over that Nature's Grasp. is likely going to be pretty wide here, so Lot just avoids it, but it's kept him in danger. Out comes the Herald, maybe used as an escape tool, but the call of the Forge got it started. Razork's in damage. He will use that Herald to try and get on out of here, and they'll be able to drive right around with the kill successfully picked up by Oscar Ridden.
They might think they've overstayed.
On the dawn of the third game, look to the bot lane, overcomes the rest of Fnatic. He's going to try and take the turret, but he's surely dead. And with the jungler going down, that's probably going to be soul point to GX as well. I'm not sure about that. We'll not even get that turret. So Razork, that one's a goof.
You're absolutely right. He's gonna die, and the Dragon's gonna go over the side. They're teleporting it to try and salvage the situation, but Humanoid, I don't think he can do much against Jackie's here with Isma warding off.
Upset and Mickey are coming though. I think the violence is about to continue. The Humanoid goes on, it lands the abduction, but there's an equalizer after! And Fnatic! The decision making is perplexing.
Particularly the early ones where it was before, while Mickey was away from the carry or before he was level 6, they were a little more important. We're here, Upset trying to use that 2 item spike. You see the Corki trading well.
Equalizer comes on down, but there's still a Maokai ult to work with the Nature Scratch, but there's no reason. Danger is dead! Humanoid abducts his life bar, and they turn it around onto the Rumble as well. There's nothing equal about that. Isma caught under the turret, but gets to back away.
Humanoid flash predicts his all in and out. That one's going in the montage. That's going to buy them the Atakan. And it takes the Corki off of the field when he's in such a moment of power. Good moment here from Fnatic, but the Yorick is in a side lane.
Yorick's just turning on that turret, needs to back away a little bit, but the ghouls go on forwards and Silas not enjoying that all that much right now. And again, a feel-good moment in neutral.
Whether he has time to recall, spend some of that gold and come back into it. Dragon start up by Fnatic, do they give it? Looks like.
They might just look to split Fnatic off from getting back towards the mid lane. They're happy to allow this Yorick to throw down and get us. They have to TP in because this Yorick is such a problem. But if he's TPing away, what about the 4v4? Isma in danger, gets caught up, mid-Leotic assault, and he's charged on down. The Forge Guard is called, the answer's with death. Upset needs to run away, but John dies for it. It's a double to the mid MVP. Jackie's and Noah now forced to retreat. All the while, though, look in the picture-in-picture. Lot gets the inhibitor.
The teleport back towards the top lane does leave an opening for GX, but they don't necessarily know how to plan around it. They're now going to go towards the Yorick in the side lane. He has flashed a decent amount of HP. I don't think they win as a 2v2. They need someone else to come in.
Warning Miss Slow comes on down. There's the Dark Procession, prevents Oscar Ridden getting over too easily. Humanoid still roaming down here. Razork, no ult, no
going towards the exposed Nexus. There is no inhibitor in that top side, remember.
Very, very scary. What can the Ornn do to stop it? Hit by that Morning Mist, taking a lot of incidental chip damage at this point. Onto the Dragon they go. Fnatic trying to rush this down, but GX looking to contest. Humanoid on a flank angle. Nature Scratch comes on through and will zone GX off. That will earn them the Dragon, pretty guaranteed here. All the while, the Lot ended up taking a bit too much damage as the Equalizer comes on down, trying to buy some time on the retreat. Is Malo though. Humanoid looking for the abduction, can't quite find it. Dark Possession lands. Will look to back away. The inhibitor respawns topside.
So that is going to stop GX playing the macro around the Yorick, and here they go for it.
Was GX who were initially in the river. Leave it. Yorick going to start split pushing. Has the teleport. So does Oscar Ridden. Begins to join the play. Thank you for the picture. But it's another Maokai ult. In comes the Equalizer. Glacial Prison comes on down, but there's a breath of life. Into the pit. Though goes Isma. He's dead. GX find that moment. Lot on the other side. Oscar Ridden call the Dark Procession against the damage on Noah. Begins to unleash the fourth bomb lands. Jackie sidesteps the abduction, but Humanoid still lands the Glacial Prison. Goes golden. They're still overdoing it. Humanoid is dead. Silence cannot break those chains, and Lot will bring down the shovel. The Forge God meets the Maiden, and even gods can die.
Silence only the second biggest thief on the Rift as Isma steals the Baron that Fnatic would have needed to come back into the macro of this game. GX live to fight potentially for another game.
They can at least break the inhibitor here in mid lane. There's 30 seconds on pretty much everyone that's meaningful. It will not be the clean sweep. It will not be the 3-0, and GX will do their very best to end the game right here, right now, and bring us to a game 4.
The Oracle makes short work of the towers. We will not have a clean sweep. We will at least go to 4 games. GX, stay alive.
They refuse to bow out. They refuse to go quietly into the night. And a Baron fight, a Baron steal. And we're going to 4.
Fnatic came in pretty heavy favorites, but we said that GX potentially had a fight, and they've given them a fight. In this game 3, we'll have game 4 coming up right after this break. Out of position. It's very quick to go down. Basically, very, very fragile from GX, but good range from GX on the other side of things too. Upset, you know, he is our MVP. I think he's had a good series so far as well, largely demolishing. That was very sticking up on the way.
There's the hook though. Mickey XD that time around.
Oh, it's an X-Mickey. On the Upset got those extra few auto attacks through. If you lost that that mid trade very, very hard. Isma coming in towards mid lane for stun lands.
Oh no, Humanoid, where on earth you? When he just decides he's going to clear the wave and Isma is donated a kill. GX off to a flying start here, flash away from John on the bot side. He'll also pop by mid.
For Isma on the Nidalee, who has always had a good plan A on the champion. Fnatic need to find a way to stabilize quite quickly. Razok doesn't have the red buff, taking a decent trade here, but you are against a Nidalee. You don't always win them.
Just lost your warrior Trickster. Isma needs to think about getting over the wall here. Does so. Primal Surge. Humanoid coming on down, forced to flash, but then Razok will step on forward with his own flash. And a Nimbus Strike. A flash on forward for the Rune Prison. Do not pass go. And give over a few hundred gold.
Really well noticed by Razok and Humanoid that they had the angled edge. And it's looking to cancel the recall. There's no flash, but it'll stop the... So there's no real... Syndra can be really, really powerful, helping that first all-in.
Mickey goes in, is immediately rooted up as a result. Down goes Noah with the Make It Rain. Turns into a Meteorologist briefly, but Razok immediately steps on forward and Noah, forced to barrier, stays alive. Isma coming on over, misses the Javelin toss, looking for an auto or two, won't really find it. Noah burns both the summoners, nice engage there. Razok looking to get a bit of vengeance for the air.
Something like that. So hitting some those double stacks can help you get towards your ability upgrades a little quicker. Is we're going to run into Razok.
Ooh, does he manage to steal away the red buff? No, he does. Now Isma in danger, hit by the Cyclone, the level 6 meter. That's just a dead Nidalee. Turn around those Jackie, unleashes the power. Makes it the 1-for-1. Noah though in danger on the top side. As violence is everywhere you look. GX, I suppose the advantage being
interaction. Actually, just remind me of something which will be very important to keep track of. Wukong Rakan, really busted interaction, by the way. They've got the Realm Warp. See if they need it at all. Mini, not got a lot of HP to work with.
And there's just nothing to be done. And now there's an additional present for Fnatic to pick up. It's the middle of the year, and yet it looks like Christmas has come very early indeed. Dredgeline in, but Jackie's can't do it. I think he's calmed John up by the quickness. Triple Dredgeline knock, though, means John might well get one back, but Upset's dropped turret aggro. Doing the hop around, though. Isma now here. Where is Upset going? No way to escape. Javelin toss hits him. Dredgeline after. In comes Noah. Gets his own kill, and it's all getting turned around. Fnatic looking to play it out regardless. Noah continues to hop around. Razok can't get it. And Noah survives. They lose 4.
I have no idea how that teleport under the turret somehow works out in a wonderful...
Banana bush, which means GX will have to fight and try and get control of it, has been a pinch point and pain point for a lot of teams trying to fight for control of that. Jun lands the hook into the Make It Rain, uses the force to run on the blue buff. Razok in the backline though, gets the double cyclone, and the Nidalee and the Misfortune live up to the namesake. Jackie tries to run, but to where? It's just down a short hole in a grave.
Razok gets the double ultimate in the backline, and the Wukong we thought could really deal with the immobile carries in the backline does just that. Fnatic walk away. Potentially push it to a game 5 versus Fnatic, but Fnatic with this kind of lead, making things a little bit more interesting. Hook lands.
The scan of the week, get a lot of damage onto Razor, but don't manage to unleash the power particularly well. Turning it around now with the Cyclone. In comes Oscarinin with the ult into the backline. Razor still alive. Finally goes down, but he gets so many with him. Noah's forced to bullet time point blank as Upset picked up a triple all the while. Lot's doing his best to fight to Valley, but there's still a barrier. Now Isma's too deep. Continuing to hunt for a lot more. Our Fnatic 3 members chasing after Oscar, and it's flashed on in. The decimating smash only a slow. And it's a little bit far there from the Scion, but he's feeling it, and I can't blame him.
Another walk coming into the next fight.
Oscar Renin was looking there to fish with a decimating smash. The Javelin toss as we land on Owen. Humanoid flashes forwards though and tries to pick off Lock. They're turning it around. Mickey though got the lock. He stays alive. The bullet time is solid though. Gets a large HP chunk. No one's dead though. Decimating smash lands onto Judge. Flash on forward for the Cyclone. Gets some value. Mickey looking for the flash on. It was the quickness, and they're all brought down. A double kill to Upset, who is feeling pretty damn happy. His name is a bit of a lie right now. Isma gets out alive, but they've lost Jackie's, they've lost John, and that's going to be soul point to Fnatic, no doubt about it.
GX's carries just can't stand and do the damage that they want to. Fnatic will find the kills, they'll find themselves soul point, and GX slide one step closer to the grave. This is such an important game for them as a team on a great run of form, but Fnatic won't really go near.
They don't want to touch it. Razork and Oscar in started as a 2-man. Upset comes on over and says, here, let me land you a hand, and suddenly the health bar depletes in rapid order. Maybe there's an alien or something waiting out there. Xenomorphs abound. Fnatic, though, take the opportunity to shove up mid lane, cause GX to stand under the minuscule light of their own mid-tier.
They left him! They left him! Oops! Mickey, no!
Well, you've now got a 5v4, but they lose Hex Soul. Mickey X sells his life well for the price of Soul.
I don't know why they had to leave him. Lot trying to force a fight now in the 4v5.
We'll try, but all of the lightning begins to fly. Isma's going to throw a javelin toss or two, but they'll get out. I imagine Isma thinking about taking a javelin toss across, or a blast cone across, I apologize. In goes Lot, gets room prisoned up, but there's still a bit of a Mega Nod to work with. The bullet time is solid enough. Upset forced to flash, stays alive. Jung goes on in, can't quite get it. Scout of the Week lands, but no power to be unleashed anymore, and they only lose Mickey, and they get Hex Soul.
These kind of plays.
Lot nearly at Mega. The bar is there, but where do you go? Scout of the Week goes wide. Tier 2 in mid lane falls, especially without the threat of the power being unleashed. Feels like a little bit low wattage. Javelin toss lands onto Upset, but a realm walk towards the Baron pit. Fnatic begin to rush it. Doesn't get anywhere near. Stole one last game, but already look who's waiting. Oscar in with the decimating splash, and that Baron is gone. No way to get in. Fnatic are clean with it.
Fnatic, very hard to deal with the Wukong Rakan combo. Razzle's going to jump towards Lot as well. Take his luck here.
Cyclone part 1 comes on down, but there's still an Nimbus Strike and a Warrior Trickster to work with. Gets the second knockup. Lot still got a Sterax to it, and I think Razzle has got a little deep here. Hang on, the Crushing Blow comes on down. Gets Mordo's Upset still around. Makes it a 1-for-1.
Solo kill in that scenario is not bad for Lot. Manages to take away Razzle, who of course is one of the big threats onto the carries of GX. Maybe Jackies and Noah can find themselves in a better situation now with that Cyclone not threatening.
Mickey still at half HP here. Jackies has got his power available to be unleashed again, but the Hex Soul slow still very obnoxious. John eats most of his health bar from Rise casually pressing 2 buttons.
Deathcap Rise will do that to you. Fnatic, no Wukong, but apparently no problems taking down this top lane inhibitor turret.
Swiftly deleted. Continuing to try and find some damage here, but it's so hard to walk forward, so hard to threaten. Continuing to use the force of will, but it's a route onto Isma! And he's surely down. The bullet time is solid, but it really means very little at this point. Mickey will fall, but a flash will forward, but that's very fast. Jackies will Scout of the Week, but he is weaker still. A blip in game 3, but Fnatic here in game 4 look to make sure that the run through lower bracket is ruthless and one-sided as it can be.
With the Scion with so much HP, I think Fnatic are done with this series. GX are done with playoffs.
They came in as the second seed. They fell down from the heavens of the upper bracket, but they will make sure that the climb is decisive. GX are going home. Fnatic advance.
Fnatic, clearly the better team on the day. Wonderful team fighting from them. Well stabilized after a difficult early game in this last one. A valiant attempt by GX, but clearly bested by Fnatic.
Well, you can make sure you can...
This season we saw them as that top 2. They've often made these lower bracket runs, as highlighted earlier. Very much deserved the start of it here today.
The Fnatic